Bill O'Reilly was talking about white privilege, and he claimed that there's this new freshman orientation session at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, and he falsely claimed that it's a required course on white privilege, in spite of the fact that it doesn't focus exclusively on race. That didn't matter. Bill O'Reilly still wanted to attack the concept of white privilege, and he took the opportunity to say he has never benefited from white privilege. He doesn't have it. Take a look at this clip from his program.
Is in play. You believe that there is a white privilege component to America?
There has always, yes.
Okay, all right, let me stop you. Okay, now, I'm a really white guy. When I was in Hawaii last week, I couldn't go in the sun. If I was in the sun for 3 minutes, my ears would fall off, all right? Now, I'm from Levittown, as you might know, out on Long Island, and my parents didn't have a lot of money, all right? Do I have white privilege? Am I privileged in any way under this banner?
Yes. Because none of the things that you've indicated speak to the issue of white privilege. White privilege isn't whether your skin pigmentation is strong or weak. It isn't how much money you have in the bank. It is you are the beneficiary of years of whites having an advantage in this country based on.
I didn't experience that when I worked in Carvel, painted houses, cut lawns.
But others have experienced it. Others experienced it.
White privilege is not about attacking white people. If you talk about white privilege, you're often accused by the American right of being anti-white, which is ridiculous, right? White privilege is the concept that by sheer virtue of being white, there are certain situations through which your race will simply not be evaluated. Let me give you an example. I was in a deli the other day, and a white guy was very, very upset that someone at the front of the line was complaining about the price of something that they had purchased. The guy started getting very loud, yelling that he has to go, can you hurry up, blah, 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 blah. If you're in the same Brooklyn deli and a black guy gets agitated with someone at the front of the line and starts yelling at people, immediately his agitation is viewed through the lens of race. It doesn't mean that the white guy was or wasn't yelling because of his white race. It's an example of the subtlety of white privilege, Lewis. And this is something that many people on the right will laugh off. They'll say, we on the left are just too sensitive, but it's the subtlety of it that is actually what matters.
That's right. It seems clear to me after listening to this clip that Bill O'Reilly doesn't really even understand what white privilege means.
Of course.
And, you know, I think it's as simple as him asking himself, would he be in the same position right now? And could he have achieved this position just as easily if he were black?
Let's assume he could have, right? Let's assume he asked that question and he could have. If you had Bill O'Reilly, loud bully on TV and on the radio, bullying guests, imposing physically, right? Bill O'Reilly has large stature and talking down to them. If Bill O'Reilly had that exact same demeanor as a black man, the fact that he was black would be part of the discussion around why he is so aggressive and loud with guests. But because Bill O'Reilly's white, his race becomes invisible when discussing why his on-air demeanor is the way it is. That's an example.
Yeah, that's a good example. That's exactly what would be part of the discussion. Why do we not talk about why people do certain things when they're white? Because they're white. It's never part of the conversation.
I know that we're going to get killed in the email and YouTube comments because of this, and I expect it because there are groups of people in this country who just don't understand this concept. They just, write it off as liberal whining. We are member supported, and there's a whole other show that we do just for our supporters. Get all of those member benefits right now by going to davidpakman.com.